How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this one, we are going to be showing off a double barbed wire trap base in the apartments that has recently changed due to 1.20. What you want to do for this base location, you want to bring yourself to one of these extra tall apartments here, and particularly these stairs, which we'll get into in a second, have to be broken for this base to work. Now, this 1.20 base is seriously strong, maybe one of the best in the game at the moment. That is how serious this base location is. Now, you can pick any one of these tall apartments around the map. I'm here in Cherno for this one, and it has to be the really tall ones with the ladders in the elevator shaft and the broken steps. Now, first things first, let's get straight into our bottom layer and what we can do. So let me get a fence kit right quick. We've got our fence kit, and once again, we are going into the basics of what we need to do. So first thing I would probably do is I'm going to start off with a quick just like an airlock to block off this. We're going to do this bit by bit, so if you know what you're doing with the base, you can skip forward. I will put timestamps in the bar below if you do want to skip this part, but simply I'm just going to be doing an airlock here just to showcase for the new players how and what they need to do. Okay, so we're spinning this round, and as you guys can see, placing this. That's going to be our main lock, and then the next part is going to be kind of important. Some of the admin tools, this is optional, this part. This is not part of the base. It's just how I would do it if I was basing here long term. I may even do a compound, but I mean, it's an apartment base, so we're all good for that. And then our front gate would obviously be this one. But what you want to do when you come inside is this bottom floor you don't have to worry about. Now, we're going to get into this in a second. But actually, we're good. We're good. That'll do for the start, actually. So we can maybe... Can we squeeze a gate in here? Let's see. I would if I could. Can we squeeze a gate? Maybe. Let's have a look. If you spent a bit more time, you might be able to squeeze a gate in there. But I'm on vanilla base building. If you're building anywhere, you would. Now I'm going to jump into this stairwell here in 1.20. DayZ 1.20. They made it so that you can't get up these stairs. Normally what you do is this would have a hitbox. You jump there and you jump there. And you now can no longer get up these stairs. No matter how hard you try. I'm going to show an example here with a barrel and a player. I'm going to swap to that now. Okay, so in this part of the video, we're going to be showcasing on how you, in 1.20, you can't get up this bit. And it's a very unique thing the DayZ devs have done to prevent you from getting up this. So normally, a barrel, you would be able to vault and jump on it. But in this stairwell, you phase straight through it, meaning you can't get up this stairwell. The DayZ devs have made it absolutely clear that you cannot get up this. And just to showcase this even further, I'm going to have my boy Soda. How we doing, bro?
Yo.
That's it. A little bit delayed down, right? Come on, let's go. So, okay, so if you want to crouch down there, and I'm just going to show, as you can see, he is phased in that barrel as well. And there's a really strange thing DayZ devs have done to make you not be able to get up them steps. And as you guys can see, I'm going to try and jump on him, and he's gonna get pushed back there. Let's try this again. And as you guys can see, he gets phased backwards, which has never been seen in DayZ before. And normally, if you just want to come outside right quick, I'm just going to showcase this. Come outside. So we're now out of that little part of the stairwell there. If you want to crouch down, I'll just showcase this. So now that we're outside, he doesn't get pushed back. So inside here, inside the stairwell, the DayZ devs had added completely new physics and mechanics to the game to prevent you from getting up these, which comes to my final conclusion of the only way up those stairs is this ladder here, and that will bring us into our next point of this base location and how to get the first layer of barbed wire trap, and I will showcase that right now. Okay, so now that that's done, we now know the only way of access is this ladder. So let's go up. Let's head on up. So this is going to be your entrance to your base. There's a couple things you can do here. This is the key point of the space. This is why I'm making this whole video, is this section right here. So it's very important. Boom, boom, boom. Hop off. And now, obviously, you're thinking that does cancel out a lot of gates you could do on these stairwells, but there's still a lot of space to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to come here. Now, you have to remember your lock is going to be on this side here. So you want to get as far across as you can. Like so. go. Okay, you can see the placement is possible, but we also want to make sure our barbed wire is going to do as much damage, and we're going to get to that in a second. Our barbed wire trap is going to do as much damage as possible. I'm going to do it as far as we can get. I feel like we can do better, guys. Let me try. Let me try this. Oh, it's hard. It's hard. Let me try it from this angle then. Let's see. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. So we want to do. Oh, you want to get as close. I don't know why I'm in game chat, but we're in game chat now. Gonna get as close to here as we can. I'm gonna go with that. That looks good. I'm happy with that. I'm gonna block this off. Boom. I'm gonna build this all the way. This is gonna be a gate because it's gonna be the entrance to your base. Now, there's two things you could do here. You can lead. So if you're on console and your server allows alt accounts, this base is perfect. You want to barbed wire this. But if you're on PC like myself and you're not confident that your faction has a member that's going to be logged off in base to let you up this ladder, then don't do the barbed wire trap. You can still do this like so, or like you can still do this like so, but when you log off you want to put the barbed wire on, and when your boys have all gone offline, then you can do the barbed wire trap. But if you're online, you want to remove the barbed wire to risk it. But if you're on console, you don't have to worry too much because you'll have alt accounts. If your server allows it, remember, check your server if it allows it. Obviously, we've got it, so our gate here, so we can. It's kind of difficult to get through as well. So you can get this prompt here. Let's go here. It's quite dangerous. We're good. Very good. Very good. As you guys can see, we would have access to the lock there. And what I want to make sure is I'm going to get the barbed wire down now and showcase that. And I want to show. Let's get our barbed wire spawned in here, guys. Barbed wire, bosh bosh. Then we need pliers. Pliers. Boom. Okay, we got all that stuff. Got all the good stuff. Now what we're going to do is we're going to equip the barbed wire like this. And I'll need to test this. I may end up moving this along. We're going to mount this one. We're going to mount both of them. Boom. You guys know the drill for a barbed wire trap on ladders. I'm going to mount this one. And then I'm going to showcase the damage this can cause. I might be God for you guys. I'll need to check. Let me jump on this. Slide down. Okay. As you guys can see, I'm on the ladder and I'm already getting caught. Let's get off. And as you guys can see, if I was here, I would only have a certain amount of time if I had a gun and I'm trying to gun raid that, then I am not able to stand here and keep shooting because as you guys can see, my blood is going down quick. I'm only going to have about 30-60 seconds to put as much bullets into this as possible, or if I'm doing grenades, then I'd have to drop them all out of inventory, get on the ladder, and if I do that and I let the explosive go off, I'm probably gonna die. You're gonna die by the time you go on that ladder. So that is why this one is extremely powerful to do. So we're gonna do this we're gonna close that before I die, and obviously you'd have a lock on there. So that is the first level of defense, ladies and gentlemen, right? We're gonna get into the second one soon. Let me heal my guy. Okay, so as you guys can see, that's the first level of defense. Once again, as well, if you wanted, you had a very large faction, you could block off these rooms as well. And it could probably fit. Let's see. I'm not gonna do it, but we'll see how many gates we can fit in here. You could block off this room and have an extra little storage room for quick loot. You want a depot. Let's go here. As well, you could even, and actually, something I've just thought of as well, is you could actually go down a level and start walling off down here. Like, let's see, you could put a gate, as you can see there, I got the prompt. Yeah, you could put a gate here and make it so you have to raid through that and then go down another floor. You could put another gate here, and that's more walls to get through, all the way down, and you can put another gate here, and that's another wall the enemies have to get through, and then that's you back at ground floor. Unfortunately, there's no other rooms on this ground floor for some reason. I swear there was, but as you guys can see, you can go even further down and make it more walls to get through, maybe put storage on that stairwell there. But that is our first room there. We're going to go further up, and then things you can do here is you've got another room here you can maybe get some walls into, make it as many walls as possible for the enemy to get through. You've got another sort of room you could use for storage, and then in this room you could even get, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to say, let's give it the benefit of the doubt, just say 5 for this room. So that's another 5 gates you can have storage at the end of the room there. So that's another 5 gates for the enemies to get through. And let's keep going, and you can get another gate there. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And then this room, you could block off this. You could have a teammate storage in there. Different rooms and stuff. And now we're almost at the top here. We're almost at the top. Another room, you could put some more walls in here. More walls for the enemies to get through. And then finally, we're going to get to this one, which is the top ladder. Now, just to make sure, I think I may have done another video on this one. I may have patched it. I can give it a go right quick. Let's see. So what you normally do is you jump on this one. I don't... Maybe they haven't patched that top room. I'll have to test that and make sure my video is still viable, but it seems kind of hard to do. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. So now we're gonna... You can understand how many gates we have below us. We must have at least a 10 raid gate at the moment, and then finally there's even more defense you can get on this. So let's climb this. The enemies have to now climb another set of ladders, and let's see how much damage we can do to them. So one thing I might see, I haven't actually tested this one out, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a gate here facing inwards. How close can we get this? Boom. Let's try it, let's try it. The barbed wire may phase through the wall and start damaging the enemy, and the question is, can we get something in here? Okay, I'm liking that. We're going to do this, and then build this up. Right, it's facing towards us. That's what we want. Right, jump on this ladder. If it'll let us. Come on. And then let's see what happens if I phase through this. Climbing the ladder. Oh! Whoa! Okay, that's kind of spooky. Alright, so when it's closed, it has the potential to push you down. Let's close that. That's not what I was going for, but still a danger for a raider that isn't quite sure. Let's try sprinting up. Sprint, sprint, sprint. Sprint forward. Oh shoot, look at that. Boom. That's big damage there. That's a broken leg during a raid. That's a problem. So when it's shut, as you guys can see, I'm not going to sprint. We're just going to go up. Boom. Ah, okay, you get that. But what we're now going to do is we're going to barbed wire this. We're going to double barbed wire, actually, because we have this one outside as well. Look at that. Wait, in fact, actually, I'm being a bit daft. I don't actually need to... You don't need to build all of that. But you can if you want. Let's put the barbed wire on. Let's get loads more barbed wire here, guys. Okay, so we're building our barbed wire on this one, and I'll explain why in a second. This is really... oh, here we go. Prompt. They can be a bit strange with the prompts for the barbed wire, but we're going to get it done. And then we need barbed wire on this one. So you do up, and you do down, and then of course... When you're, this is a precaution you can use when you're logging off, but when you're online and you need to go in and out your base, obviously, you're going to need to take these off. So, oh, I'm taking some damage there. That's something to watch out for. As you guys can see, our trap is strong. Let me just heal my character right quick. Okay. As you guys can see, this, look at it. This is an absolute death trap in here for someone trying to get up. So this is such a simple design. You got 2 walls and 4 barbed wire to defend your thing. So let's see, as a raider, climbing this ladder, I'm going to take a lot of damage here, but I'm just going to try and showcase this as best as possible. We're going to slide down the ladder. Ooh, steady on, steady on. We get the prompt for the ladder here. I'm just going to jump in this, get on here. Oh my lord, look at it, look at it, look at it. Right, okay, so we, as a raider, let me heal myself. We're healed, we're healed. Right, we're full health, right? We're a raider. We've just gotten through the 11, 10, 18, however many gates you can get fit below us. We're now up here, and just look at this. This is what you're going to have to get through as a raider. You're really going to have to think about what supplies you're going to do. So let's see how quickly we're going to get cut here. Coming straight up. We're already getting hit. 3 cuts, 4 cuts. Oh, we're already up the prompt. Try to move out the way. And that's 6 cuts to move out the way. And you can even probably do another barbed wire in here. Look at this absolute tube. In fact, you could do one here as well and here as well. But that is more supplies. And that would guarantee probably 7 cuts. And then at that point, they have to... At that point, when the barbed wire is down, if they have a gun and they're trying to use a gun to raid it, don't only have a certain amount of time and maybe a certain amount of bandages to bandage themselves, save them, and then put as many bullets in to the wall. So if you understand, they're bleeding out, which means they don't have unlimited time to put as many bullets into the walls or place grenades or whatever they have to do to get through that wall. They don't have the time to do it because you have used the barbed wire. So it's a massive extra defense. I'm not saying it's impossible to raid, because nothing is impossible to raid, but it is an extremely useful tactic. But you have to remember to make sure one of your teammates is logged off on the roof to dismantle the barbed wire, and always keep a player pliers on the roof with you. Get all your pliers on the roof, so you have access to your full base, because obviously these defenses are so strong they can work against you, and you just need to be smart about it. But obviously it's a massive help against a raider if you can pull it off with this tactic. I mean, look how much damage that could do to someone there. That's serious, that. So yeah, and finally, just for the sake of the video, I am going to do a little design on the roof here around the trap. You could even do some things like, let's say, hoover up these. You could even do another gate here, and then also honeycomb this. So let's do that. So on the outside, we'll have another gate. Oh, in fact, you don't want to do that, because then you need to have the lock. So let's do this. And then, just as like a final Hail Mary, you can have your sheet metal on this. And then you'd have your lock here, so when you come through this door, you have access to your code lock. But if you're on PC and you're on a modded server with code locks, obviously you don't have to build it like that. And then what I would probably do here as well is I would do a triangle design, like so. Okay, so we're back, and obviously this was our design with the little honeycomb there, and I'm gonna go through the sort of design I've gone for here. So obviously we need walls and stuff to protect us from snipers and things like that there, but obviously we wouldn't have our main loot out here. This is more of a defense rather than a storage unit. You could, I suppose, fit like a medium tent up here, maybe a canopy tent because of these metal things, or even a large tent potentially right here. But for me, I'd stick to barrels and crates. Obviously, if you're in a big faction like this, you are going to need tents somewhere. So yeah, you could have some storage here. But I'm going to go through our defense here, and I'm going to talk you through what I've done. Obviously, it's box standard, but I've got a couple extra tricks up my sleeve. If you haven't been watching the channel and you don't know about my watchtower designs, so yeah, as you guys can see, there's a couple higgledy-piggledy bits in here. Obviously, if you're building this properly, I was doing this quite quickly. You'd patch these up, especially in the walls, and obviously on your roof, you don't want to get sniped. But let's go into this watchtower. I've kind of done two watchtowers of a castle turret design. So if you come in here, we've built this all the way up, we build this all the way up, and obviously you've got this peak here. You wouldn't really want to use this peak. This is a bit of a bluff for other players in these apartments that are maybe trying to snipe you. What you would do is they would be focused in on this, expecting to peek this, but what you're actually going to do is use this room here, right? I know what you're thinking, well, Glaz, you've not got anywhere to peek, but I'm going to show you in my hunting scope right here. We've got the Tundra, keeping it vanilla for the console players. As you guys can see, we got this dirty pixel peek. You'd have your team, you'd be listening out for shots, and you could just, oh, sorry about that, you could just pixel peek and see where other people are sniping, and make your watchtowers nice and almost neat, but leave a little crack like this so you can get those snipes off. And as you guys can see, we have a lot of opportunity here for loads of different angles, and just check them. We even have the rooftop of this one, checking them there. As you guys can see, more angles. And then even as well, you've got the stairs here, and you can snipe through onto the roofs of the other ones, which is a dirty pixel peek there. And then obviously for behind anyone coming from the other direction towards below airfield, you've got this peak as well, and we've done the same in the other one. And then obviously you're going to be a bit low on nails, so I've just done walls rather than watchtowers. And obviously you've got these things here which cause clipping with the deployment of the watchtowers. And then for the finale, where you're going to put your final loot, one last wall, these watchtowers here, I put a gate on it rather than building up the whole watchtower, and we have the same design on the inside as well, with the sort of pixel peak. You get the gist. And then your main loot, you would store it in here with crates of barrels in this particular watchtower. And then obviously once again up here we have another bluff for a sniper angle where people are going to be focusing on when you're actually going to be using these peaks here. So yeah, I hope you learned something from this. Something new in 1.20 with the kind of movement on those stairs in conclusion, which is something I'm going to try and keep an eye on, see if anything's coming in the next updates with that sort of system. But yeah, guys, I really did hope you enjoyed this. It was quite fun making this, and I think it's a really awesome design. Very strong for a big group that you do want to have a churnal base in. So yeah, I will catch you guys in the next one. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and yeah, see you in a bit. Cheers, boys.
Un video más, mi gente, papá. Este comentario me acuerda a una mujer que yo tenía que se me murió de hambre. Coño, ya empezó las notificaciones. No joda. Pues sí, este comentario me acuerda a una mujer que yo... Será